come. Good girl. Good girl. All right, so I want to work on stay next. So stay means freeze. Means do not move until I release you. So stay is more formal behavior, right? So on the stay, our hand key is a flat palm up. When we release her from the stay, and we will always release the stay, you're gonna say, okay, and pat your leg twice, right? So that is her cue that she can get up and she is done. So when you're working on stay, if she tries to leave the stay before you've released her, your job is just to quickly get her back in position. And so if she was sitting, you would just quickly go, sit, right? And just get her back there. Throughout the stay, we might walk away, go in and out of sight, walk out of the room, walk a circle around her. You might sit down on the couch. It's just whatever. You're adding in little distractions and rewarding her throughout the stay. And then whenever the stay's over, you give her a release. So we call it the 3 Ds of stay. So you have distance, duration, and distraction. So those 3 behaviors we want to slowly add in, okay? So if I was working her at a pet store or Home Depot or somewhere, I would not be going really far away, not yet, because I know she can't handle that, because the distractions are so high. So if distractions are high, the distance is going to be smaller. If I'm trying to I'm in my living room, I might go for way more distance or more duration because distractions are lower. So you build those 3 things together, the 3 Ds, you kind of slowly add them in. All right, so we're gonna always come back to her. We're gonna reward several times throughout the stay. She's trying to lay down on me over here. Okay, Rosie, come. Come on, Rose. Good girl. Sit. Stay. Now, if she goes, okay, I'm gonna try to get where you can see her a little bit better. Right here, Rose. Sit. Where you going? Oh, we've been working on the side also. Rosie, sit. Stay. So I'm gonna start out just kind of slowly moving away from her. I'll come back and reward. Okay, but the reward is not telling her she can get up. It's just rewarding. Watch me. Stay. So I'm going to try to walk behind her, which is much harder. Stay. Stay. Yes. Good girl. Watch me. Stay. So I'm going to walk out of the room. Good girl, stay. Good girl, Rosie. So I went out of sight for just a little bit, right? She's keeping her eyes on me, which is great. I'm gonna wait for her to finish chewing and I'll release her up. Okay. Good girl. So after this day's over, good girl. I don't need to treat her, right? So when she's only getting food during this day, she's getting food for being calm and still not moving. I think she's really sleepy. She's laying down again. So I'm gonna go ahead and move to park it because I don't want to lose her. If we were in an actual training, like I wasn't trying to video and she was like laying down, I would give her a nap because I definitely want her to be ready when we're training. All right, so let's talk about park it. Park it is kind of like a stay but on a mat. So it does not have to be this big. It could be a big blanket, it could be an elevated bed, whatever. But it does help to have a specific thing. It helps if it's raised a little bit, that makes it easier. But on the parquet, if I typically have my parquet mat or my bed in my living room over here, but when we practice, I pull it out, okay? And pulling it out, that movement really will help her go, oh, okay, we're practicing parquet, right? Because I've brought the bed out. So parquet, I'm pointing to the bed. I want her to go over there and lay down and relax. This is great, like if you're watching TV and then you could toss treats over to her. if you were cooking dinner, you could kind of keep her out of the kitchen, but where you could see her and toss food over to her that way. Not quite as formal as a stay, but if you like really needed her to stay, just ask her to stay. This is more about going to an area and chilling out for a little bit. So let me see if I can get her over to me. Rosie, touch. Good girl. Oh, she's working slow-mo now. All right, Rosie, go park it. Yes, good girl. Good girl. All right, so she gets the treat there. But a lot of times on Park It, I actually like to toss it over to them. Good girl. Because I don't want her to think that I always have to come right here to give her food, right? I like her to understand that, like, look, if you're away from me, you'll also get rewarded. Toss her a treat. Good. So we could keep this going, right? So build in a lot of duration to it. I'm not going to keep her here a long time since we're videoing. But again, that's a good one to practice when you're also chilling out. So you can just like be calm with her. And then you can build up doing this where there's higher distractions. Okay, Rose. Rosie, come. Good girl, good girl. Rosie, go park it. Park it. So on the park it, she needs to be laying all the way down. So she's kind of, I don't know, like a half sit right now. So I'm gonna wait for her to relax all the way before I will treat her. Some things I would like to get better on this would be, I would like to get her going over to this from further away. I'd like to practice in more locations with the bed. Rosie, park it, park it. Park it. Oh, she heard somebody whining over there. Would you want to try it again? Rosie, go park it. So I would just wait her out a little bit. If you waited a couple minutes, we could cue her. But I really don't want to cue her. I want that to be part of the go park it. I want her to go, oh yes, let me lay down. So she'll get there. Good girl. Good. Right, we build in duration. Good girl. Okay, Rose. Okay, Rosie. Good. Stay, park it. Oh, side, that's what I wanted to show you next. So side is Rosie, come. Rosie, leave it, come. Rosie, come, hurry. Good girl, good girl. All right, so side I've been doing when we're out walking. Watch me, there's a new dog here. Rosie, come, hurry. Rosie, come. Yes. Good girl, watch me. Good girl. All right, so side is doing a little U-turn in next to us. Side. Yes. Now I'm using treats right now because a puppy just woke up and is crying and whining in there. And obviously she's very concerned. Rosie, come. Good girl, yes. Good opportunity to work on recalls. So we'll talk about coming when called. So when I'm calling her, I say, Rosie, come. I'm doing this when she comes to me, right? I want to, good girl. You know, she would like to go investigate that, obviously. So I love that. Even though she wants to be in there, she is coming back. When you call her to come, you can do this. You can pat your legs. If you need her to get really excited, backing away helps. When we do our loose leash walking video, I will also show you some ways to work on your recalls. Ready? Side. Yes. Good girl. So side, it's just one to get her aligned next to you. You'll see me use it whenever we're doing, good girl, sit. Good girl. Whenever we're doing loose leash walking, I will use it at that time too. But Your left leg is going to step back when she's coming in. This hand or your other hand's gonna make, you wanna show? Is gonna make a little U-turn. So Rosie, side, say I open up and close back. Good girl, good girl. It's kind of like a little dance move. Good, Rosie, side. Yes. And then from here, you can have her sit. Good girl. Oops. Oh, there are treats. You can have her sit, you can have her down, you can have her stay, but you can practice all those behaviors at your side. If we only practice them when they're in the front, she's always going to want to come to the front. So you got to make sure you practice on your side as well. All right, I think we will stop there. Hello, thank you.